Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Woodland. This is the 7th session of Rootless, a game of might, right, and arson. My name is Colin Ott. I will be your Woodland Whisperer, aka your GM for the evening. Let's meet our voracious vagabonds. Thelonious?
My name is Michael. I'm playing Thelonious from the Ronin playbook. My animal fact is that according to information that I saw on the internet, animal teeth are not bones, but are actually organs.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Megan. I play Cal, the deer tinkerer. My animal fact this week is that crows like to pull the tails of other birds and animals as a strategy to steal their food. But I also like to imagine it's just for fun of being a dick anyway.
Probably true.
Hi, I'm Reggie. I play Zombie the otter. My fun fact is that red pandas are not actually pandas. Don't quote me on that.
Are they marsupials? What is a red panda?
Are they forklift certified?
Isn't there only one panda?
The giant panda? Probably.
They're more
Chinese
closely related to raccoons.
Huh. Little trash pandas.
Trash pandas.
My name is Emily, and I'm playing Red, the red squirrel scoundrel. And my animal fact is every year at my state's state fair, nearly 200 animals are born, including calves, lambs, and piglets.
Now you have to say what your state is so we can fact check you.
Give us your location.
People will probably be able to guess.
Hi, I'm Lou. I play Rebecca, and on. Fuck you. Sorry,
like it
I'm
is.
swearing. I'm just staring at my laptop cable. Right.
Today's fact is fuck you.
Hi, I'm Lou. I play Rebecca. On all social medias, I am off his maracas. And my animal fact is that the soft part of a horse's foot is called the frog.
Interesting. My animal fact is that crocodiles cannot stick out their tongues. Don't know why they
bite
need.
it off.
Yeah, they just crush anything in their way.
Food goes in.
Not out. Alrighty. Last we left off, our voracious vagabonds plunged deeper into the prison dungeon of General Dentistry. They were met with a purple gas that gave Sanvi and Cal a pretty decent scare. We saw Duncan, Red, and Bex fighting with some masked dentists on the second floor, and then Thelonious, Sanvi, and Cal made their way back to the ground level where they found a hidden passageway in the bathroom. And that is where we will start tonight. Cal, Theo, Sanvi, what are you guys up to? I'll set the scene a bit more for you if it helps. So you guys had just entered the bathroom. You had found that there were some loose screws right where the basin of the toilet, quote unquote, would be. You had unloosened those and found that there were steps leading down to a hallway, which seemed to stretch on for a decent bit. And then you can't see too much further beyond that. So there is still, the handkerchiefs are still outside doing their thing, as well as Castus and his merry men. But you guys are free to maneuver, do whatever you would like to do here.
Yeah, so I guess like in my own head, like there's plenty going on, right? Still shaken by all the many things that are shaking us. And I'm certainly on a mission to get deeper into this. I've got my own personal drives for that. But we're upstairs and nearly outside in this moment because Sanvi and Cal were both shaken and needed like to get out. We got people upstairs. These are the things that I'm thinking about. So I guess I'm just trying to check in with Cal and Sanvi. I'm like, hey guys, what is it that you're trying to do now?
As much as I don't want to go down those scary stairs that lead to a bunch of darkness, I have a feeling that I should probably go down those stairs. I want to get a look at what's over there.
I mean, is it worth the risk at this point? like, look at all the fighting that's happening at the moment. I feel like we're a bit in over our heads with this. I didn't think it was going to be quite this intense.
Yeah, I think you've got the right read here. In terms of worth the risk, that's a personal question.
The way that I see it right now is that we have, at least I have one of my best friends upstairs, and I want to go help him. I'm not asking either one of you to come with me, but I want to at least make myself feel useful. I feel like I've really been dragging everybody down. I just want to be there for my friends. Everybody's really important to me.
Well, I can echo that sentiment. If it's any consolation, I don't think you've been dragging anyone down.
I really appreciate that, Cal. Thank you.
I would be lying if I said that I wanted to go back into this, but I also don't really think splitting and going off on my own is probably a good method of choice right now. So I guess that means if you need help, then it would be ideal if I was there to offer it.
Yeah.
So take it or leave it.
I'll take it. Thank you so much.
I'm definitely down.
Welcome.
I'm definitely down to help the group. This pathway is interesting, but we already know a path to where the group is because we were just up there. We took those stairs, so this pathway may get us there, or it may bring us somewhere else. I'm also thinking about that gas. Like, we're gonna get up there and we're gonna be huffing that gas with everybody else.
I think maybe if we have something to create a barrier between us and the gas, even just like a small one, you know, like if we hold something over our faces just to try and get through, and then just try and get through it as quick as we can. But the smoke rises, so wherever they are, the smoke might be following them there.
As Cal's talking, I turn on the sink or whatever faucets are in this bathroom. Do we have running water?
Yeah, so the water is running and it's actually spilling onto the ground because when Sanvi first inspected this bathroom, she ripped the sink off. So the water is no longer filtering through there. It is just dropping onto the floor. But yes, you do have running water.
Okay, so I investigate and I'm looking for different kinds of materials, right, to kind of make a cleansing, like a cleansing kind of gas mask. I'm looking for towels or any of those kind of things.
Yeah, I'll have all three of you, if you want, give me a roll with cunning here.
I'm also looking for any kind of like a rubber glove or something that might fashion into something like a water balloon.
Curious.
Yeah. Just things that I happen to be looking for besides what I actually do there. Ooh, not bad. Cunning?
That was a 9. Promising start today.
Yeah.
So with my +2, that's a 12.
I have a 10.
And Reggie with a 10. Awesome. So yeah, I will say Cal and Sunvi, you guys are both able to find materials that would allow you to at least have some sort of protection against the gas. So I'll say when you guys are rolling that luck check against the gas, you can take an additional +1. Theo, you also find a +1's worth of materials that you can cover your face. And you do find a pair of like gloves that would be used for somebody in the doctoral field.
Sure. So like we found like some blankets and things. So I just soaked them and I just tried on over my head. Like it's gonna hopefully filter some of that gas out.
Yeah, you guys are all looking like some crazy hooligans with paper towels wrapped around your heads. All three of you give me another roll here with cunning.
Ooh.
I have a 6.
I
7.
got the exact same roll. That's 2 10s for 2 12s.
Awesome. San V and Cal, you guys are too enthralled with getting yourselves covered in different materials here to protect yourselves from the gas. But Theo, just barely, you see a figure blinking through the doorway and then blinking up the stairs. And you would recognize that figure as one of the keepers in iron that was with Castus.
So through the doorway behind us or through the stairway door? No, obviously behind us.
Pick a door. There's three
Right,
doors
but
there.
not through the bathroom window secret doorway.
Correct.
Dumb
Yes.
question, Michael. Let's keep the game going. Okay.
Yes, just through one of the either the blown open door, the Duncan made door, or the actual door for General Dentistry. But yeah. And it begins to go and maneuver up the stairs as you guys are turning, I think, to go that way as well, correct? It sounded like you guys were going back up. Is that
I think that's the way to go, right? So
okay.
I'm just gonna kind of pitch like instead of going through this tunnel where we may not get where we're trying to go, I'm just gonna kind of pitch that we go up the stairs, and in that pathway even try to see if we can mess with and stop that machine that's putting the gas out, that kind of thing, as we move through there to try to get upstairs to where everybody else is.
Awesome. Let's move to our upstairs group now here. We've got Bex and Red. You guys are currently engaged with 2 of the dental assistants, for lack of a better term, up here, as well as Duncan. I would like for the 2 of you, and I'll roll for Duncan here, to give me a roll with cunning as well.
It's a 3 for Red.
Bex?
That's a 9 total.
Nice. So Red, you don't see it until the very last second. Bex, you catch a glimpse of, again, that same figure that Thelonious just saw, who is like sprinting through General Dentistry, clearly looking for something. And as he comes across you guys, he turns, and you see that on his back is Castus Chirp, and Castus dismounts, takes the back of his axe, and slams it across the back of Duncan's head.
Whoa!
Fully knocking him out. He looks at all of you, and you watch as his face sort of shifts from old to young, back to old, and he says, "Well, it seems I got 2 for the price of 1. I got to kill Marquis and catch my prey. Unusual that we find the Marquis elite here, though, isn't it?" And then he will look pointedly at Bex and wink. And then he will load Duncan on his shoulder, and then the other keeper in iron will pick him up, press a button on his armor, and a rope pulley fully comes out, and they burst through the top wall, and you see them sprinting and like coming in and out of visibility as the rest of the keepers in iron begin to join with them and exit away from the battlefield.
I told Duncan not to underestimate rope pulleys, but he wouldn't listen. Now look what's happened.
Yeah, so that happens. You guys are still engaged with the dentists that are there, but how do you react as this scenario kind of plays out in front of you?
Red. Oh. Rebecca is holding her side, and there's just blood leaking through her. Like, she's not doing a very good job at stemming the blood flow. She's got 2 stab wounds and can't hold on to both of them. Duncan, no, Duncan! Shit. And like full-blown blood loss panic, just picks up whatever she can find. Hopefully there's something, whatever it is she grabs is sharp, and stabs it into the leg of one of the wolves.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a roll with either might or finesse here.
That's a dirty 12.
Dirty 12, yes.
Nice.
You find like a rusted old syringe that's fully empty on the table, and you just reach up in panic and jab it, and it goes straight into his temple. And this guy was,
Oh, jeez.
yeah, this guy was already injured before. You just watch the lights in his eyes fully go out as he crashes to the floor. Red?
So there's one dentist assistant right now.
One dental assistant left.
Okay, and Duncan just left. Well, as I see Duncan getting pulled away, of course I'm like, Duncan, what's going on? But he's already gone, and so I'll just turn to the other. I would like to, if they're far enough away for me to shoot them with my pistol, just a regular shot, I would do that. Otherwise, are they far enough away for me to be able to do that? Okay.
I believe so, yeah. I think you shot one of them last time.
Yeah. Then I will target them with my pistol.
Yeah, give me a finesse roll.
Oh. That is a 10 plus 1, 11.
Awesome. Yeah, you watch, Bex, as you're jabbing the syringe into one of these guys. Red pulls back, pulls her pistol out, fires, and it goes straight through the neck of the other one, who ends up collapsing right next to his buddy in arms there. And so you guys are left alone in that room, which I believe is room number 7.
Are there more syringes? Because one of them tried to use a syringe on Duncan last time.
So
Anything else we can grab?
There are a total of 2 of the like yellowish fluid syringes that I believe, Bex, you picked those up in the last one. But other than that, there doesn't appear to be any other syringes or liquids that would be full. You guys can certainly search for like other things here, but in terms of like glaring vials that you would want to pick up, there are the 2 yellow liquid ones.
Okay. And other question, do I know where the secret entrance to the lab is?
You would not. So you had always entered through the normal entrance, which would be actually at the crook of the mountain, which is
Gotcha.
where it always was, at least as far as you were aware of, until you had met Z. But Z did not share how to get there, just that there was one.
Okay, gotcha. Well, in that case, Rebecca, what should we do? We just lost Duncan.
Downstairs. There's people downstairs. There's people. There's in cages. There's these people, and they look straight. Take me downstairs.
Downstairs. Okay. Where was any of them a hedgehog?
No.
Okay. Are you okay?
Yeah. And she's
So-
she's like slamming this wound and like just like fully pounding on it to try and sort of distract herself from the pain, and she just like hobbling her way towards the door, stepping over these dead bodies.
Just for reference as well, the are you okay? Has 2 stab wounds. No, just for reference, where you saw those people and all the other animals that looked like they were beyond help, that is on this floor. It's just across the hallway.
Is it? She's delusional, you know. We'll let her off.
Totally fair.
Just follow the screaming.
Yeah.
It's just got the same energy as just take me downstairs. We're on the ground floor. Take me downstairs.
And the opposite vibe to the Vampire Masquerade. I will not go down the stairs. You will be going downstairs. I will not go downstairs. You will go downstairs. I will be going downstairs.
Just, can you get us some stuff in the basement? We don't have a basement. We don't. Then we'll downstairs. We don't have it downstairs. This is the ground floor.
Anyway, yeah, just follow Rebecca into the sounds of screaming.
Okay, so
Okay,
you guys
yep.
are making your way to room number 8 there on the second floor. Who would like to give me the good old purple gas roll, as everyone has now taken a turn?
I did it last time, so I'm not doing it this time. I'm not getting my...
I feel like 3 of us are not
rolls
on
in.
that floor yet and aren't available to roll on it.
I'll do it.
Up to you, Red.
That's I rolled a 9. Does anything get added to it?
Yes, it gets a -9, and if it has a value of 0 or more, then the gas moves up a level. So the gas moves up a level.
Fuck.
So yes, Bex and Red, as you guys are making your way to room number 8, you start to see and feel a purple gas start to push all around you. But we will get to your rolls in a second. What is the ground floor group doing with Sanvi, Thelonious, and Cal?
So I think we're probably making our way up the stairways that we had come down before.
Yeah.
Right. The last that we saw everybody was in that room with the conveyor belts. Right. So we didn't really see where they went. So we're just kind of getting back there and then searching from there.
Yeah. Well, you would have seen Red go up the stairs from there, because Red went up
Okay.
the stairs like that was like one of her first things. She went in the steam room, popped back out, went up the stairs.
Yeah.
So you would at the very least, I think, know that. But I would like for all 3 of you to give me a luck roll. All of you have an additional +1 to whatever your luck is because you have your face masks on. But you are entering the cloud of purple gas here as you move your way.
I have a 7.
I have an 8.
So that +1 saved me because I've got a -1 on luck. So it washes out for a 7.
Wow, yes, you all barely scrape by, and it's a very good thing you made your little coverings as you feel pieces, little particles of that smoke starting to push through it. You cough your way through, and you guys are able to be on that floor. Are you moving up to the next level? Are you searching the steam power room? What are you guys doing from here?
Is this
So
the...
go ahead.
Sorry. Interrupter strikes again. Is this the area with the conveyor belts and the vials again?
It is the same floor as that. You guys do not have to go that way, but yes, you are on floor 1 if you're looking at the maps.
I feel like Cal would be tempted now, just thinking like, well, we're here anyway, to try and find the area with the conveyor belts to get some of those vials, because as she said last time, they would make a decent explosive. So she's got some ideas. So she'd like to take a few.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're moving through to the steam power room. Theo, Sanvi, are you guys following Cal? What are you guys doing?
So I'm just gonna kind of look to both of them and be like, oh, by the way, I'm pretty sure I saw Cassis come up this way. So I think we got an extra minute. They've already got some help.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, Theo.
So I'm looking for the room that I know that the gas is coming from.
Yes, you would know that room to be the room number 6, which is where Bex first met Ephraim. That is where the actual gas is emanating from.
Right. So I'm
That's
seeking to go
daddy to
there and
you.
disrupt that mechanic.
I think it's daddy to you.
No,
Yeah.
to me it's sir.
Well played. Yes, Theo, so you are moving through to the room 6 through to Ephraim's office. Cal has turned right into the steam power room, which is number 2. Sunvi, what would you like to be doing?
I will follow Thilo to that room that he's going into.
Yeah. Let's start with Cal here. Cal, do you want to give me a roll with cunning to see how many of those vials you can pluck off the conveyor belts?
Roll a 12. Roll a 12. Roll a 12. That's not a 12. That's nowhere close. That's a 5.
A 5. You are looking, and the vials that are now starting to go up into the rafters are just simply empty vials, and you don't find any that are of the purple liquid in which you are searching. It seems like they've used whatever they were going to use for the purple gas that's currently emanating throughout General Dentistry. Sanvi and Theo, you guys enter the office. You smell the same things that Rebecca smelled when she first entered, like a rotting flesh. You see tons of animal pelts and different vials of various liquids. And then you also see from the back wall there is a little pipe that is pouring out this purple smoke. And it's pouring it out, and there's a little vent that it's right above where it's pouring out from, that it appears to be rising and then filling the rest of the room and continuing to pour out.
Okay, so I see a little vial sitting on a desk with bad shit just coming out and up into a vent.
Yes, it's on the back wall, like sort of coming out of the wall, like perpendicular, and then pouring out, and then there is a vent right above it where it seems like any excess gas would be pouring upwards.
But it's like, it's not mechanical. Like, is
Nope.
there a bucket in the room?
You can't see anything but the pipe that is attached to the back wall.
Because of visibility, or because the room is bare?
Because of visibility. It appears that wherever the smoke is coming from is probably behind that wall somewhere.
Oh, it's not coming out of the vial.
No. There's like
It's not like take a bucket and cover the vial up and you're done. Okay.
There's like a pipe sticking out of the wall that is pouring gas out. Now, feasibly, you could gum up that pipe and see if you can get the gas to stop.
Okay. Yeah. So, Sanvi, you got it? You got any ideas? Sanvi, you got any ideas?
I have this torch. Can I hand Thilo my torch?
Yeah, you hand Theo the ever-burning torch, and it starts to burn like this like orangish, reddish brown color.
Sanvi's also gonna remove her cloak and suggest, hey, maybe we can just shove this in there. Stick it in there.
Give it a shot.
Absolutely, the tried and true. Stick it in there. One of you give me a roll. Yes, it is what she said. One of you give me a roll with either might or finesse.
I got 2 to might. What do you have for might and finesse?
A -1.
I'll take the roll.
Yeah.
I like to imagine whilst this is happening.
Ooh,
that
that's a
Cal,
fucking
stumbles
5.
in.
5 total.
Yeah.
Sanvi, would you like to give the help action? I believe that because you and Theo are connected via partnership, you can give an extra +1 when you take the help action for Theo if you mark an additional exhaustion. So you can possibly pass this roll if you mark 2 exhaustion.
Mark 2 exhaustion.
Correct.
We could also find other ways to solve it.
It's fully up to you. I'm just letting you know the options available.
Let me see here. I might just want to do that. Do you know how much exhaustion I have?
Yes.
1?
I can tell you here.
I'm
You
pretty
have
sure
1.
I have 1.
Yep, you do.
Okay, can I mark 2 exhaustion off?
Yeah. Yep. And you would still have 1 exhaustion left, and then another 1 until you actually, pass out.
Okay.
Awesome. You hand Theo your cloak. Theo sort of balls it up and stuffs it into the gas pipe, and it looks like, for right now, there doesn't appear to be any gas pouring out of that hole at the moment. So you guys have effectively gummed it up, at least for the time being. Let's move back upstairs to Red and Rebecca. You guys were making your way to room number 8, if I am correct, right?
I'm just following Rebecca, so.
Bex, are you going back to the room where you saw the folks there?
Yeah, she hears the screaming and wanders in, and she makes a beeline straight for that first cage on the left.
Yep. Red, as you're entering, you see the same thing that Bex did when she first saw. So there are a number of different cages and jail cells here where you can hear the moaning and screaming of different animals of various different species. But in the cage that is right front to the left, there are 3 individuals that seem relatively unbothered by everything going on. There is a raven, a meerkat, and a horse that are all just sort of like shooting the shit, chatting, smiling a little bit, and just kind of hanging out in their cell.
You.
Oh.
She bangs on the bars.
The meerkat immediately runs up to you.
Hello.
I'll let you out. I need
I'm good.
for a price.
Nah. I'm
I
meeting
will-
someone here in like 10 minutes.
I will make sure they come here in 10 minutes.
I don't think that's your job.
But I need your help.
Okay.
As this conversation is going on, the raven begins to walk up to you and puts his hands on the bars. I would help you. I can get out of here.
Do you know how to get to Red?
I'm completely overwhelmed. What's wrong with them? Why are they screaming? What is happening? This isn't how science is supposed to be used.
Okay, you can. I'm gonna die soon if we don't get help. So can you tell that? Where's your secret lab? We need to get to the lab. We need to get there.
I've never come through it this way. I just know it exists. So we might have to look around a little bit more.
Okay. Do you guys know how to get to the secret lab?
The horse is just kind of like sitting with his feet up in the background, and he's like, "Yeah, I can probably tell you. For a price."
Okay. What do you want?
I'll tell you what. I'll decide after we get out.
Okay. Red, I'm gonna need you to. I have lockpicks in my bag. Can you use them?
As you say that, you watch the meerkat jump up onto the bars of the thing and say,
Okay, it's my time to go. Bye-bye.
and the door just completely slides open like it had never been locked in the first place, or it had been unlocked the entire time. And the meerkat strolls out, completely unaffected by any of the gas that's going on here, and just starts to stroll up the stairs. But the other two look at you like, what are we doing?
Right. You get us to the secret lab, and then you can do whatever you want. Go on your merry way. But I don't care.
Colin, is Bam Bam still with us?
Oh yeah, Bam Bam is still with you guys, just completely
I thought
scared.
Bam Bam was on the ground floor.
No, she's been with Red the whole time, just completely scared shitless, waiting for her chance to speak with Dr. Weemsplee. Just absolutely just scared out of her brains.
We keep forgetting her. Every episode
Yeah.
we forget her.
She doesn't say anything.
Is she rolling on gas?
She has been under the effects of the gas pretty much the entire time.
Oh, rip. So did the raven, meerkat, or horse react to her coming in at all?
No, doesn't appear so.
Okay. As the meerkat's walking past, I want to grab the or not grab him, but just say to the meerkat, "How did you do that?"
Well, I picked that lock like probably this morning, and I just been.
Wow,
Yeah.
nice. That's exciting. Have you ever seen a hedgehog come through here?
Oh yeah. Just today.
Where is he now?
Upstairs.
Why are you going upstairs?
Oh, I'm going up to the roof. You don't need to go that far for him.
How
Like-
far do we
Becky-
go for the hedgehog?
What?
You said we don't need to go that far up for the hedgehog?
Nah, he just went up.
Is he under guard?
Nope. Maybe. I don't fucking know.
I'm trying very hard to pretend to be stabbed, but he's too cute.
I think, Rebecca, I think maybe we should follow him. He can at least take us to Z.
He looks at his wrist.
I got a meeting to go to. You coming or what?
Oh, and you're killing me.
Hey, if Red finds Z, I'll stick with the horse.
Okay.
And he just starts to run up the stairs.
I'll follow him.
Yeah.
Does Bam Bam follow Red or stay here?
Bam Bam is pretty much connected to Red. I think it is her prerogative that like Red will be closest to the doctor, and her whole thing is to try and talk to the doctor. So wherever Red goes, that's pretty much where Bam Bam is following at this point. But yeah, she just isn't saying anything because she's does not have her wits about her.
And as I run after the meerkat, What's your name, by the way?
You can call me Thimble.
Thimble, it's nice to meet you. I'm Red.
Hey, you too.
Okay, let's move to our thimble, as in like THIMBL, like a little thimble of grass. Yeah. Let's move to our bottom group here with Sanvi, Theo, and Cal. You guys have just gummed up the gas, and you can tell that it doesn't seem to be pouring out here, and I'm not going to require a roll from you guys, at least for this round. But what would you all like to be doing? Cal, you are just sort of coming out of the clockwork steam room there, while Theo and Sanvi are exiting Ephraim's office.
I stumble back in. Well, like not stumble. I just stomp back in, looking very disgruntled. See that they're like plugging up the gas, and just say, "Well, I was trying to get some of those vials, but they've decided to just have empty vials now. So there's no full vials. So all the stuff that would have been really useful, probably once I figured it out, is gone. So that's just great. What are you two doing?"
I go into my bag and I pull out one of the vials. You mean these?
You have some?
I just put it back. We're
Wait.
good.
How many of those do you have?
Just a couple.
Oh.
We'll get there though. We'll get there.
Good point. Yeah. So the gas has stopped?
Yeah, so I'm curious, is it clear now? Is the room clearer?
Yes, yes. So the room appears to be dissipating. All of the gas seems to be dissipating, at least from this level. So you guys are good on a check, at least for this turn.
Yeah, so I'd like to do like a general investigation check now that I can see, right? Any awesome toys that might be in there, anything important that might be in there, and especially like, I put a damn rag into a pipe. I know if I can find a hammer to bend it over, or a welder, like if I can improve what I've done on it. Those are my general investigations.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and give me a roll with cunning.
Balls. My cunning is not good enough to make this happen. My cunning is 2 and I rolled a 4, so it's a 6.
That is a 6. With a 6, you see that there is a small note on the desk that appears to be addressed to Chunk.
I pick it up and I read it out loud.
Yeah, you read it out loud. It reads, Chunk, your efforts are most appreciated in advancing marquee technologies. A pressing matter has dawned on us. And then there's a little scratched out note. Has been kidnapped by the Irie. We believe they took her to Fire Hollow. If work is to proceed, we must have this sorted quickly. For now, we will maintain public appearances and reside here in Underleaf until the left paw of the Magi is home. We are hoping to resolve this before word gets out. I have sent Ursioli, as well as Head A, to ensure her safe return. Please modify your efforts to focus more on our secondary technologies with Ephraim in the interim. My thanks and gratitude, Avery Wimsworth, Prowess of Lamont.
I crumple it up and shove it in my bag.
Yeah, crumple it up and shove it in your bag.
Could I look at that thing?
I pull it out of my bag and I hand it to her.
Sorry, I know you were lashing out there. Just uncrumbles it and just says that where it is scratched out, I like to think Cal maybe has like a little bit of like lead or a pencil in her toolbox. Would she be able to try and like with the folding up the paper, would she be able to try and do a pencil rub to see if she can see what was scratched out?
Yeah, sure. Give me a roll of cunning.
Don't roll a 3! Damn it!
As Cal is rolling, I'm tapping on her shoulder and I'm pointing out and saying, it says
I need to
Ilya.
stop sitting on the couch whilst I'm playing because my dice are going everywhere. I need a tray. I hate my life. That is. What was I rolling with?
Cunning.
4.
4. As you are scratching this out, Theo, what do you say?
I'm just tapping her on the shoulder and I'm like, it says Ilya.
You can trust that Theo probably knows best in this situation.
Look, I thought I was onto something, okay?
So Cal, Ilya's my mother's name. And that robot was at least half of her. That's her name on the stage.
Right. Sorry, just out of character. Was Ilya actually in the thing, or is Ilya the bit that was scratched out? Does he mean?
Ilya is the bit that's scratched out.
It is the bit that's scratched out. Theo has more background information based on the note.
Oh,
to know
right.
things.
So essentially, when there was this automatic thing, that was like all of the content in this note, right? The left paw and our person and all of those content pieces, right? Like it named her as that person in those roles, and then in this letter, all of those titles are there, and her name with 4 letters is scratched out. It's not like a whole big long thing.
Yeah, he's basically telling you, like, my mom, based on these notes, is the left paw of the Magi.
Whatever that means.
Whatever that means is whatever that means, but you could probably infer that she is somewhere within the Marquis higher-ups, right? I mean, that's, like, wouldn't be too far of a stretch to think.
Right, it's also no inference at all that she was abducted. Because it says so right in this note. Right?
Correct. It says she was taken by the Irene.
Right.
Yeah, so you guys find that note. What are you doing from here? Are you guys continuing to go up? Are you searching this floor continuously? What do you guys want to do next?
Cal would just give the note back to Philo after that.
It crumbles back up in back of my bag, in case I need to reference it. We don't see anything to like gum up the thing a little bit further. You know,
not on a
Yeah,
6.
I imagine, I'm not like the leader, but I imagine most of them want to make haste and reconnect with our party, who we're pretty sure are choking and fighting death.
Yeah, let's go find our friends.
Cool. And on that note, we will move to your friends here.
Can I ask a question really quick?
Yeah.
Zombie, what are you still wearing?
What?
You gave up your cloak.
Oh, I have a green top and like a light brown skirt.
Just so we all have the same
Thank you.
Perfect. Okay, so Red, you are trailing behind Thimble the Meerkat as you guys crest the stairs, and Rebecca, you are having your conversation there on the 2nd floor with the Raven as well as the horse. Red, as you crest the steps to the 3rd floor of General Dentistry, you hear, again, a similar moaning and groaning that you heard on the 2nd floor, but in addition to that, you hear sort of like an off-key piano being played. It's doing like a ding dong, ding dong, ding, and it just keeps repeating that same melody.
That's coming from one of the rooms.
You can just hear it as if it's playing, like echoing throughout the hallways here.
Okay. Thimble, do you have any idea where Z is?
Thimble turns back to you.
Yeah, he's just up here. Come on.
Okay.
He runs past and takes you to, if you're looking at floor 3 on the map, room 12. And as he takes you to room 12, he looks at you and just says,
Okay, I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna be late if not. It was nice to meet you.
Okay.
Extends a hand to shake yours.
I'll shake his hand and just say good luck.
You too.
He scampers off in the right direction there. The door here appears to be a very, very large door. It has like huge iron key rings going down it, but all of them appear to already be unlocked.
I guess I'll push it open.
Yeah, you push it open, and it looks like a very small chamber with white walls, and in the middle there is a figure that you would recognize as Z Monmouth. He is completely wrapped in a like some sort of spider web-like substance that is completely controlling his entire body, and he is unconscious, just laying on the floor all by his lonesome in what appears to be some sort of isolation chamber.
And is there anything else in the room?
There does not appear to be anything else in the room.
Well, then I'll walk up to him.
Yeah, you walk up to him. He is completely unconscious. Give me a roll with cunning here.
Oh, that is a 10.
A 10. Awesome. Yes, as you begin to walk up to Z and his unconscious body, you hear footsteps and you smell an all too familiar rotting as you sense that Ephraim is nearby. And you hear like a, I smell red. And I see red.
Oh no.
And just from around the corner, you see Ephraim as he stands in front of that doorway now.
Fucking goose.
Do I have enough time to slam the door in his face?
We will get to that in 1 second.
Okay.
But let's move to Rebecca now here. Rebecca, you are walking around with a raven and a horse. What are you doing? Are you just chatting with them in their cell? Are you urging them out? The cell is open at this point.
Okay, right. Where's the secret entrance?
Well, the secret entrance is if you go up the stairs a bit, and then you take the stairs again, you can get to the roof, and the roof will have some zip lines where you can take that straight across. Not sure that it goes where you need to go, but I've seen my fair share of people go that way.
Are you telling me to jump off of the roof?
I'm just telling you where you can go.
Fuck me. Okay. You're no help. Okay. And no Duncan. No Red. No Lab. Okay. And Red. Rebecca just walks away from this useless creature and walks out and kind of just sort of stands in the corridor and really up is her only option. So she's gonna try and make the stairs, but I don't know if she's strong enough to do that.
Yeah, no, I think you're at least okay injury wise.
I mean, I'm very much bleeding everywhere.
Yeah, you are severely injured, but you're not dead. And the horse and the raven are going to continue to follow you as you walk up the stairs. And the horse is just like behind you. You can take the zip line, I promise. It'll get you where you need to go. The raven is like shaking to himself and just smiling and sort of laughing as they walk behind you.
Is it weird that I think the raven is the sane one?
Maybe. That's up to the viewers to decide. Let's move down to the bottom half group here. Theo, Cal, Sanvi, what are you guys up to? You have found the note from Avery Wimsworth here in Ephraim's office. You guys are currently there's no gas pouring out. Seems like whatever you have done to stem this continues to be working through this round. What would you guys like to be doing?
I think I'm taking some note here. It's strangely quiet where I'm kind of expecting some mayhem to be coming down the hallways. So I'm just kind of pointing that out, right? Like kind of quiet for a major battle. You think the cavalry was helpful? You think they're all wrapped up there?
Something tells me that is unrealistic, but I am wondering, does the structure of the corridor or the rooms rather look soundproof in any way, or like thick metal?
Yeah, so I wouldn't say that they look soundproof necessarily, but definitely this place is made of like a thick concrete, so sound would not travel quickly or well in any of these corridors, other than like the echoes of the hallways themselves.
I take your point, but maybe it's also a structural thing.
Either way, we better go check it out, huh?
That involves going further in. Fine.
Sanvi?
Let's do this.
When will Sanvi come back from war?
She's still back in Nam. Otter Nam.
I just kind of look back at Cal and I'm just like, we came up to get to them and try to get them help.
No, I know. I'm just, I have a very strong instinct against dangerous situations, and I don't often force myself to not follow that instinct, so this is new territory for me. But,
I've got your back, Cal. Don't worry, I got your back.
I mean, I'd say height-wise you have my shin, but I take your point, thank you.
So I guess we go up the stairs.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys
We go
go
up the stairs easily.
Yeah, you guys go up the stairs. It appears that the gas has now dissipated from this floor as well. You do still hear the similar moaning and groaning sounds that everyone else has heard moving onto this floor. You see a straight corridor moving all the way down to the end of a hallway, the stairs leading up, and then there are two doors to the left and to the right. But other than the moaning, you do not hear any sounds from your companions.
And this is also as far as we would know, have previously known where the trail would have gone for them. Beyond this floor, right?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe this is the last place you saw Red go, was up these stairs and onto this hallway.
Cal, is it, when you're looking down this hall, is it getting worse than just the idea of going through it?
I mean, what does Cal actually see? Just
a dimly lit hallway. You don't see anything visibly in this particular hallway. You just hear moaning coming from the right-hand side from that doorway.
Well, analytically, logically, the place is empty. There's no visible threat. But that's what's threatening about it. A lot of the things I'm afraid of are things that I cannot see. So when I had the goggles on for a while, everything was terrifying. And I thought when I didn't have the goggles on, that would change. No, everything is still terrifying. Everything is still terrifying. So, I don't like the noises. I don't like how dimly lit it is. I don't like how quiet and unsuspect this place is, to say that there is a literal battle outside and gas and people upstairs that we do not know about, and some that we do but don't know the status of. So, yeah, I think I have reason to have these instincts, and I'm not saying they're a bad thing, but I can't just switch them off because they've been with me since as long as I can remember.
Cal, I was just asking because I was trying to figure out whether I should start banging a pan to see if everybody is on this floor or not. I'm taking this as a no.
I I'm not good at this.
So Thelonious less abruptly just starts moving down the hall. The doors are ajar or closed.
Yeah, all the doors are open on this floor. Yep.
All right. So all the doors are open. So I'm kind of like I'm walking through, taking peeks.
Yeah.
Basically looking for like the people that I'm looking for, or awesome things that would be super obvious.
Yeah. So the left-hand side room appears to be stripped of anything that would be obviously relevant. There's also a giant hole in the wall in that room. That is where Castus burst out of. Yeah. But there is a giant hole in that room. And then on the right-hand side, you do see all of the animals that look far beyond any kind of feasible help, as well as an open jail cell door. But you don't see any of your friends.
So I stop there.
Yeah.
Help or no help, I go in to see if I can just open all the doors.
Yeah. Give me a roll with finesse.
Can I ask while he does that? Would he see the blood trail?
Sure. We'll let him give a roll with cunning after this finesse roll here.
So finesse is +1. That'll be an 8.
An 8, yeah. You open 2 of the 3 doors, and all of these animals start like ambling out towards you, moaning, reaching their paws out, trying to grasp at you.
Good enough. I amble away.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a roll with cunning here as well to see if you can track Rebecca's blood trail.
With cunning?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. So I rolled a 9, so that's 11.
Oh yeah. You see a trail of blood that could only be one species of animal, and it is a rabbit. I won't say that you specifically know that it is Rebecca, but you can probably infer based on everything that you know here that it's probably your friend. Sanvi, what are you doing as Cal and Theo have this conversation? Theo goes sprinting, looking through the rooms. What are you up to?
I'm going to hang back with Cal and watch as Thelonious looks through all the rooms. I'm gonna go ahead and take my recorder and just kind of like play a tune that Duncan would recognize and see if anyone hears it.
Oh, give me a roll with charm.
9.
On a 9, you play a tune, and it's almost as if like Cal and Thelonious, they don't hear anything coming out of your recorder, but you feel like somewhere else in the woodland, Duncan does stir, and whenever Duncan has his little one-on-one here with me, he will have advantages on some of his rolls in the very beginning here, as he somehow through all of the woodland hears the recorder sound of his very best friend.
When she doesn't hear any response, she's just kind of slowly lower the recorder and call out to Thelonious. Hey Thelonious, did you find anything? I don't think anyone's here.
Yeah, something's wrong. Come on.
I'll scamper over there.
Yeah, you guys begin to make your way up the staircase there.
I was just gonna say, like, as they were going past all the animals, if they were still grasping through the pod, I imagine Cal would have like fumbled for a wrench from her toolbox, just held it up, just like, I will hit you if any of you grab me. Just scamper past.
Beautiful. So as the 3 of you make your way up the staircase here, let's move to our good old friendly squirrel, Red. You are face to face with one very familiar face to you, the good old wolf Ephraim. And as he looks at you, he begins to go from his bipedal stance down into all 4s. But I will say that since you had a very good cunning roll there to see if Ephraim was around, you can go ahead and have the first move here.
Has he already stepped into the room, or can I attempt to slam the door in his face?
You can attempt to slam the door in his face. He has not moved into the room yet.
Okay, I would like to do that.
Yeah, you don't even need a roll to slam the door, but you may need a roll to try and lock it from here if that is what you're going for. Give me a roll with give me a roll with finesse here, or you can give me a roll with luck.
Okay, I will do luck.
And do you have your danger mask on through this as well?
I do, yeah. So that is a 9.
Awesome. Yeah, you are able to get like 2 of the 3 of these like giant metal keyhole latches locked. And you can see Ephraim like pawing and scratching outside of the door. And then his face just disappears. And it looks like he has left you to your devices there in the room.
Okay, then I'm gonna go back over to Z and start trying to wake him up.
Yeah, give me a roll with, I will say, either charm here. Give me a roll with charm here.
It's a 9.
Man, you guys are crushing it today. Beautiful. Yeah, with a 9, you see that Z, he doesn't seem to like regain all of his strength back, but just enough to regain consciousness as he wakes up and looks at you and says, Am I in heaven?
No, no, not even close. You're in the General Dentistry right now, and I'm trying to save you. I'm so sorry that you're here. It's all my fault.
Oh, Red. It's good to see you. I'm not doing so well. And he sort of stands up, and even though he is not doing super well, you can see his muscles bulge, and the spider web-like things that were around him sort of fall away. And he crinkles his shoulders. I don't have a weapon, but I can grapple. Let's do this.
Ephraim was just outside. I locked the door, and I don't know where he went, but well, I guess now that I found you, I want to find Dr. Wimsley. Do you know how to find him?
Yeah, that I do. But we need to move. If Ephraim left, he's getting the keys. Yeah. Probably. Okay. Yeah.
Let's go.
He puts like one arm around your shoulder, and you guys unlock the door and start heading out.
Yep.
Yeah, as you do, you don't see any sign of Ephraim being there. So let's move to Bex now, with the raven and the horse following right behind you, doing their weird shit. As you are moving around here, moving up the steps, give me a roll with cunning here as well.
That is a 6.
A 6. You do not seem to hear anything as you're moving up the steps. You just are moving up with the horse and the raven here behind you.
Trying to ignore them, really.
Yeah, the raven is just like still cackling, and the horse is just muttering to himself.
Why is he cackling in the creep along music? Like,
because everything here in General Dentistry is creep along.
Okay, right. Yeah, just either the people behind will catch up with me, or I will get to the top of the stairs and meet the wolf again. Whatever happens, it's not under my control.
As you are moving up the steps there, you don't see any sign of Ephraim, at least from an immediate glance. You do see the hallways there. You do hear like the locking of doors and the clinking of metal from just like northeast of the entrance there as you crest the stairs.
Okay. Where's the roof access?
Just up here. If you go straight up and then to the right, and then we'll just keep going right. We'll hit the roof.
Is that in the same direction as the...
Yes, it is. Yep.
I go that way.
Okay, yeah. As you are going that way, you see Red through the window of the door with a very large-looking hedgehog who appears to be crazy battered. As Red opens the door, you, the horse, and the raven all appear at the same time, basically, and you guys meet right here.
I found him.
great.
And
Good.
and he knows how to find Dr. Weemspley.
The horse says zip wires on the roof.
He's not totally wrong. That's one way to go. We can do the zip wires on the roof, zip line. Or we can go through the employee exit. It's on this floor. But that's closer to where Ephraim will be. Up to you.
Ephraim?
Yep. Closer to where the keys are.
And you see kind of like wave on her feet a little bit. And she takes her hand away, and the blood's not stopped, but it's slowing. Which way? Red, I don't know.
Will the zip line take all of us?
Yeah, there's plenty there. We can all get there. Either way will be fine. One way's got Ephraim, the other way's riskier, but either way works. I think we just need to find the doctor and get out.
Where? What? Oh.
Red, I've missed you so.
It's good to see you, Z. Oh, by the way, this is my new friend Rebecca.
He extends a hand and it shakes a bit. Z-Man.
He gets blood on his paw.
You see no flinching in Z-Monmouth as he gets blood on his paw.
Good to meet you. A friend of Red is a friend of mine.
We met 2-3 days ago.
Not surprising. Red has a way about her.
I need stitches. I need stitches.
Well, maybe Dr. Weemspley can even help you out with that. He's not really a real doctor, but or at least that kind of doctor, but yeah, maybe he let's go. Which way's the fastest? Let's go.
As you say that, Red, Z puts a hand on your shoulder.
The doctor might not be exactly what you think he was, at least back in the day. So just be prepared for what he is.
Like, we just saw a cat that had clockwork stuff in him. Has that happened to anyone else? Is Dr. Weemspley okay?
Okay is a relative term, but I don't know anything about the cat. Sounds like it was brought in from somewhere else. But the doctor is not well.
Well, then we gotta get going.
We sure do. Zip lines or Ephraim?
Which way's faster?
Probably the zip lines.
Then let's do the zip lines.
All right.
Unless, Rebecca, unless you have a different idea.
No. Yeah, just take us there. Take us there.
Yeah. You guys head out and start going to the east side of that map towards door number 13. As you are moving there, you hear footsteps behind you as Thelonious, Cal, and Sanvi all begin to crest and enter the same floor as you guys are moving. And so you two see each other just for a fleeting second as you are one group is heading up the stairs and the other group is starting to head in the other direction. So if you guys would like to interact and say anything, you're more than welcome to it.
You guys came back! I thought you were leaving. I thought you were leaving for good. You're back.
Oh, good. Did you find Duncan?
Find Duncan? No, the cavalry came in. I thought you all were all okay.
You lost
Where's
Duncan?
We didn't lose Duncan. Cassius took him.
The fuck?
Ooh.
That's what we thought too.
I can't. No, not enough time to explain. Secret lab. We're taking the rooftop to the secret lab.
Yeah.
And Rebecca, you just faints.
Yeah, no. Rabbit, you smell bad.
Rebecca, as you faint, Z catches you in his arm, winces a bit, and then looks up at the rest of the group.
Hey, good to meet you. Z Monmouth, friend of Red's, if you will.
What is
I
my read
see.
on what is my read on this on the hedgehog in terms of in terms of wellness, right? I already know we were looking for the hedgehog. I already know that he's supposedly a friend. They're a group at the moment. I can infer all of those things.
Yeah, he looks like he's on death's door.
He's death's door.
You don't need to roll to know
so
that
I
he
immediately
is
exhaust
injured.
4 and come up with enough herbal kits to give 2 to each.
Oh, you're depleting 4, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, wait a second. Let me make sure that works actually. Where's my depletion?
You have 3 depletions.
Yep, I've got 3 depletions. I had a lot more exhaustion. I deplete 3.
Cool.
And I give 2 to Rebecca, and I give 1 to the hedgehog.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
It's like bandages or something like that.
Yeah, so you're able to pull out like a couple of different like just made from scratch bandages that maybe back from your time with your mother you would have learned how to make and create something that at least patches wounds, stems bleeding, fixes small ailments, and you're able to help out Rebecca and Z, and he just looks up at you like completely baffled, like he just met you.
I assume
Literally
that,
dying in front of me.
Par for the course for a friend of Red. Appreciate you.
I assume that this involves kind of stuffing some gauze in Rebecca's wounds.
Yeah, I think maybe making like a tourniquet type thing to like pull and just stop the bleeding at least for the time being.
Yeah, the pain of that brings her back round. She's like, fuck me. And she sees that it's like, so I think you help other people too much.
Says the rabbit that isn't dead.
Yeah, well, pretty sure I should be.
I don't want to rush anybody, but Ephraim might come back any moment. I think we should really get a move on, and
I just facepalm Red.
we can talk later.
I just facepalm Red.
Okay.
What happens, Rebecca?
No, Red's right. There's not enough time. Ephraim is here. We've got to get to the secret lab before he shows up again. The rooftop has zip lines. Everybody up.
Yeah, I think that might not be a bad idea.
Oh, also, Bam Bam's fucking lost it.
I was gonna say, you guys watch as I was just about to say, Bam Bam is like already moving towards the stairs, and right behind her are the Raven and the horse, which have not been introduced to the rest of the group, but are still just cackling and saying the exact same things they've been saying the entire time.
But they're not bleeding out.
Nope, they're totally fine. They are like crazy
They
people.
were never injured. They're
but
just fucked in the head.
They're totally fine health-wise.
So I wanna turn to Cal. Like I get everyone's like trying to rush off. I turn to Cal, and I just look at her and like, your instincts are not fucking wrong. And then I pull out one of those. I pull out one of those vials. Think you'll make use of this?
Is this a trade?
Yeah, the trade would be, if this is useful to us not dying in something super dangerous, that would be the trade.
Deal. Swipe.
A fair trade indeed. Yes, so all of you guys make your way up the stairs there. I will say like Red, Z, Bex are probably the first 3 that are up there, along with Bam Bam, the horse, and the Raven. And then the group from the bottom there makes their way to the top as well. You guys see at the top of this, there is like, imagine a square, and in that square there is one square right in the middle that is split into 2. So there are 2 rooms dead center in the middle. One of them says storage, and the other one says conference room. And then in each corner of that larger square, there are different zip lines and pulleys that all lead in the same direction to right where the like corner of those mountains meet. And so that is what you guys see from a first glance coming up onto the rooftop. Bam Bam moves up and just sort of steps to the side and is like, doesn't know what the fuck to do. The horse and the raven immediately move up to the closest zip line and just start inspecting it. What would the rest of you guys like to do?
Just like pushing. Well, I can't. Not really strong enough to push, but kind of taking people by the arm and just like dragging them to zip lines. Just like, you go there. You don't want that one. You don't want this one. Bam Bam, like kind of she sort of steers. I don't know how she's gonna hold on, but we'll figure that out.
You see that Bam Bam is sort of coming out of her psychosis now. She was like definitely babbling and very incoherent throughout the entire thing. But now that she's up here on the roof and unexposed to the gas that was in General Dentistry, appears to be fine, and it's looking at you like, okay, I will get on the zip line if that's what you're telling me that I need to do. What are the rest of you guys doing?
So this is the zip line. We just talking to Z. We just take this and it takes us where we need to go.
Yeah, definitely the quickest way.
All right. I want to look out and see if there's like battle going on around or anything like that. Kind of try to see how that's all going.
Yeah, give me a roll of cunning.
Oh man. Really not my strong suit. That's a 3.
Yeah, you look out there and it's pretty dark. There is
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. It's night.
whole lot of darkness out there.
With my rabbit night vision, can I look?
Yeah, sure. Give me a roll of cunning.
Okay. 8.
8. Yeah, you see that the majority of the battles have cleared up. You can see that like all of the marquee elite that were there are absolutely devastated and decimated on the battlefield. All of the frothers have been cut down, with the exception of a few that were just kind of stragglers that probably wandered off without any sense of what was going on in the battle. There are silk handkerchiefs that are pillaging different buildings and going back into their homes. And you see Guy the Gecko with 2 swords in his hands, starting to sheath them and move towards Ursa's tower, probably to go back to work.
Oh, yay!
That's my son. That's my son. Do I
Incredible.
see the horde of brainless torture victims?
They are ambling up the steps and down the steps. They're ambling in other directions, but they're incredibly slow. They're not frothers, and they're not sentient beings either. They're somewhere in between, so they're sort of ambling at slow speeds. You guys have plenty of times, and you've moved up like multiple flights of stairs, so they will take quite some time to get to you.
That's also a meta description.
That is a meta description, but you don't hear any like large crowds looming beneath you or anything like that.
So I don't know that he let them out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think only
which case-
Theo. I think only Theo knows that.
No, Cal and Sunvi know because they had to like walk past them.
Okay, sure.
This whole time, like whatever we're all doing, Cal's very distracted by putting to use whatever this is into a new idea. So she might need like guiding or like prompting, like come on, focus, because she's just not looking where she's going, because she's just like
you were one of the people that I steered towards the zip line.
Oh,
Let's be real.
That's what your shout. That's what your brainstorm chat was about. Okay.
Just herding deer.
Yeah, I've had mine planned for 2 weeks.
Fuck me.
You suck.
Yeah, so I guess
Certain kind of party.
unless anyone else has plans.
Ah.
Speak now.
Is everybody just jumping on
I'm
the zip
ready.
lines?
Let's do it.
Is anybody investigating the storage or the conference room that are there?
No, fuck that. I'm gonna die.
Okay.
Come on.
I would
Everybody-
before I do the zip line, I would like to make my paraglider like kind of handy in case I fall off.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good call, a good safe call.
While she's doing that, I'm going to take the gift and investigate the fucking storage room.
I would like, I would like if nobody's like specifically going to do that, everybody can just give me a roll with cunning. And as you are moving on the zip lines here, we'll say that you can either see something or not see something. But it sounds like everybody's kind of jumping on the zip lines. Yeah.
I rolled an 11.
Okay. Anybody else?
I mean, I was going to specifically, but I think 6 rolls is better than my specific. So that's a 10.
I rolled a 7.
5.
7's good. We've already met the curve.
Is it cunning?
With cunning, yes.
Oh,
8.
my 10 is a 12.
Oh, dang.
Okay. Thelonious, you are the only one that sees this. But as you are all getting like geared up and going to jump on the zip line, you see like popping out of the conference room just for one split second and looking around, you see a little meerkat that you don't know worth shit, but you see a little meerkat pop out, look around and go, cool, and then close the door shut, and you hear a clicking of the lock.
We don't
I
have
hate that
insight
guy.
checks.
I mean, you can investigate things however Thelonious wants to. That is like, you don't see any like, the facial reaction on the meerkat is like clearly making sure that nobody is around. You don't even need an insight check to know that he's like checking
But I
to
see an
make
adorable little meerkat.
an adorable little meerkat that just
completely
pops.
sane and safe.
Yep.
Just do a doppity dot.
Yep. He just pops out for like 1 second, looks around the roof, doesn't see you guys as you're like on the parapets getting ready to zip line, and then pops back into the room.
Like on meta, I want to investigate it, give me a reason to go there and check it out.
Hey, it's
But
up to
I see an
Theo.
adorable little meerkat, and if there's nothing, if I see nothing, like unless, I guess I'd like to have some kind of a role that allows me to suss out. Do I also like? There's something weird and strange about that.
Give me just a straight 2d6 roll.
7.
A 7. Something within you compels you to investigate what is going on with that little meerkat. It seems like that is an incredible absurdity compared to like, even as all of this, the battle is raging, emotions are high, you know, people are getting cut down left and right. Duncan is
Enough.
gone.
I keep the information to myself. And I'm the last, like I'm last in line to get on the zip line.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
I don't.
Sure. So everybody but Theo, give me a roll with finesse here as you jump on the zip line. And Red, I will let you give me a roll with luck here, since this is closer to a trusting fate for roll, I think.
I would jump on the zip line. I think she'd be terrified.
Rolled 14, bitches.
Whoa!
Wow. I
I
rolled
don't
an
know
8.
what was in that med kit, but I went from unconscious to fucking on it.
I got a 9.
Awesome. Yeah. Cal, are you jumping on the zip line or no?
I think she's kind of just looking over the edge at everything and just going like, this is really high. There is nothing to catch me if I fall from this height. Oh god. Goodness. Gosh, what do I say? There's no god in Root. Is there a god in Rootless?
There are as many gods as you want. You can be a god yourself.
The lizard cult believes in the great
I
dragon.
wouldn't like the pressure of that. Just the Lizard King. Yeah, she'll just be staring over the edge, and just think, I don't know if I can do this. I don't think I can do this.
So Theo, you see Cal kind of like balk as she is second to last to get on the zip line. Rebecca, you are zooming through the zip line here. You're the first on it to go. And as you are moving through this thing, you can tell that it's not going straight into like a hole. It's going straight into the side of the cliff. And there's definitely a point at which you need to drop off of this zip line onto what looks like a small bed of like different leaves and brush that has been piled here for this purpose exactly, to catch you as you fall. Well, with a 14, I will say like narrative control shifts to you. You've got a bed of leaves under you. You can tell you're about to run into the side of this cliff here. So you can do what you will with a 14, dude. That's all you.
You grow wings.
I love how, as an aside, I love how unplot helpful some of these roles. Like, they're good roles, but I shouldn't be able to do this. Yeah, Rebecca, knowing that jumping is the only option, and she's probably gonna be dead anyway, just goes for it, unthinking. There's no hesitancy. She's just like, well, this is how I die. And that lack of fear, just she just lands it. She's like, yeah, let go, and then just tumbles onto it, lands on her feet, and is like, oh, okay, nice.
It's almost like, you know how like when drunk people fall from buildings, the fact that they're drunk lets them like keep their muscles relaxed. They don't tense because they don't get stressed from the fall.
Mhm.
It's almost like that where you're like, dude, fuck it. Like if I go, I go. And you just let go and you're totally relaxed, chill. You fall into this big ass pile of leaves and you stand back up. You're totally good.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay there thinking I might need to catch some people.
As you think that and stand up and turn around, you see a horse and a raven that are both coming like...
I'm not catching the fucking horse.
You don't need to. They come very, very close to the leaf pile and they both drop off. And as they drop off, the raven catches the crow under his shoulders, flies off into the distance, and you can just hear a ha 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 and a take the zip lines. That's it. They were just there to disturb the fuck out of you.
Fuck you.
Beautiful. Red, Sanvi, can you guys remind me what you rolled?
I rolled a 9.
Sanvi, did you have an 8, maybe?
Yes, I did have an 8.
Awesome. Yeah, so the both of you also recognize that there is a part in this where you're either going to need to jump off to get the bed of leaves, or you're going to need to like hit the wall a little bit and then drop off to kind of cushion the fall. So you can choose to either mark 1 exhaustion or 1 injury here, but both of you will also make it here, and I'll let you narratively control how you would like to fall into here, but choose exhaustion or injury and then mark that.
Would you allow me to mark where on my paraglider rather than exhaustion for myself?
Oh, hell yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
In that case, yeah. In that case, as I get closer, I drop maybe just a little bit sooner than I need to in order to sort of fall, whip the paraglider out while I'm falling, and have it catch the air while I'm falling in order to just glide right into the leaf pile, Avatar style.
Yes.
Nothing more metal than Avatar.
Factual. Sanvi, would you prefer to mark injury and sort of run into the wall a little bit, or mark exhaustion to get that leap into the leaves there in the brush?
I will mark an injury and go into the wall. Ouch. So as Zombie jumps, she's just gonna kind of be hanging on super tight, try to keep her eyes open. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And then as she sees Rebecca and the pile of leaves, she's like, okay, here I go. I'm gonna let go. I'm gonna let go. I can't do it. And then smack into the wall.
Beautiful. I can't think of a more like picture perfect role play for Sanvi than that. That is awesome. Yeah. Okay. So you guys have all sort of landed right where you can see these two mountains meet each other. For Theo and for Cal. Theo, you can see that Cal has just sort of like looking at the zip line curiously. You've noticed the meerkat popping in and out of the the conference room there. Excuse me. What would you like to do? I'll give you the first action here. As you see Cal sort of like staring up at the zip line.
Oh, so this is the moment where Cal is like buckling, and I'm seeing that, and everyone else is gone.
You just see her looking up at the zip line. So this is your moment of like, you can choose to do whatever you want to do. If you want to
Yeah.
away,
Right,
yeah.
You all right, Cal?
I might need to go the other way. I don't think I can. Yeah, that's a long way down.
Jump, pussy.
Whoever you are,
Right.
you suck.
You hear on the wind.
You know, straight truth, I just saw something that distracted me. I want to kind of check out anyway. How about we put a pin in this zip line?
I like that plan.
I just saw this strange little meerkat kind of pop out of a thing.
A what?
Pop out of a room. Some pop out of a room right behind us, right over that. I pointed at the room, right? I pointed at the hall. I pointed at where the door is, and like I saw this little meerkat kind of pop out and then pop back into the room. Everybody else that I've seen in here is a little bit broken.
Yeah.
He wasn't, and that's curious. And I kind of want to check that out.
Well, I would
Come along.
sooner. I'd sooner investigate a weird meerkat than jump on the zip wire. So I'm with you.
All right. So we're going in that direction.
Yeah. You guys go up to. It seems like the door is locked to the conference room here. You're welcome to do what you'd like to try and pick it, or get through it however you'd want. I forget that Cal is here and explosives are a thing, so you can feel free to do however you see fit with the door.
Can't hear nothing through it.
Go ahead and both give me a roll with cunning.
Like, can I sense anything through this material object?
6.
9.
9. Theo, you hear through the door just like a little murmuring, like a.
So nothing tangible, but I hear that there's people in there.
Correct. You hear people in there, but like
So
just
no additional useful information.
correct. But you hear multiple voices.
Okay.
I'll give you that much. Multiple voices, but you can't make out what they are saying.
Yeah.
What should we do?
Cal,
Yeah.
are you any good at picking locks? Picking locks in a stealthy way.
No, I haven't tried for a while. And when I say a while, I mean I probably haven't tried at all. But I'll give it a go.
I mean, I've tried. Hit and miss. Not exactly my skill set.
Is your mantis
mean-
fully exhausted? Is that why?
Fully
Okay.
exhausted.
I was like,
I mean, I can.
Which is
give
why
it-
it's not my skill set. I've got a machine that does it for me.
yep, nope, that tracks. I was like, do you have this in your skill set? Nope.
Well, I could give it a go for you. Make no promises, but
Have I asked for any promises?
no.
Give me a roll with finesse, Cal.
I'll give the help action if that's exhaustion and not depletion.
It is exhaustion, not depletion. Yep.
The help action would have been my I don't ask you for promises.
I like that.
So what does the help action do, just remind me?
It gives you an additional +1.
Okay. That would be a 7.
On a 7, you hear the door does unlock, but as soon as you hear the click, you also, Theo, hear all of the voices immediately disappear.
I pat Pal on the appropriate part of the upper chest and kind of like subtly let her know step back a bit.
Shucks.
And I also step back a bit into some darkness.
Yeah, as you step back a bit, you can see the door itself just kind of creaks open on its own. And glancing inside, you see no figures.
Do you think it was a recording?
So the door's gone ajar and everything's gone silent.
Yep, the door is ajar. Everything is silent. You don't hear or sense any people in the room.
Cal and I step back into the same space or in separate directions. I mean, we went to the same space. We control this narrative.
We meet together in the middle.
So like in the hushest of hush, like I'm kind of just whispering to Cal. I'm pretty curious about this.
Do we think there were people actually in there, or do we think it was maybe a recording?
I definitely saw somebody go in,
True.
and I'm wondering about who runs this joint.
But
the stakes on that are pretty high.
have we actually gone in the room?
No, it's just a jar. So like essentially, you know, I share with Cal the information that I have. Is I definitely saw somebody go in. Right, I definitely heard multiple voices. And then once we got that thing unlocked and that click happened, everything went dark and silent all at once. And I give Cal that information in whispered conversation of like, nope, there's definitely something here, and it's something secret, and it's something I'm curious about. But I am not asking you to put yourself into danger for my curiosity.
I appreciate that. I was more going to just say what is the plan, because they might still be in there. Oh. I have a few. They might not be. So, I kind of planned in an alphabet pattern. So plan A was to just straight up go in. That was a 3 out of 10. I didn't think that was quite a good idea because I didn't really think. Plan B was to roll a flashbang in there to try and get some light and see if there was a reaction. Plan C was to just throw an explosive in there. That one was a bit hasty, but I do like, explosions. So, and then plan D was just to close the door and see if they opened it. Because they're probably waiting for us to go in, and we're having this very long, tedious strategy planning outside the door, and they can probably hear us. So maybe if we just close the door, something might happen.
Close the door. Them closing the door would be more information for me, which I'd welcome.
I'll have both of you just go ahead and give me another roll with cunning here as you're sort of standing outside of the door, having this nice little chat.
Right, we're doing that and kind of like attentive to an investigation of like, are they also chatting?
Yes, but the door has been creaked open for some time.
Fucking dollar store dice, motherfucker!
You beast mode in it?
Cunning?
With cunning.
9.
Yeah, that's a 13.
You beautiful bastard. And in fact, both of you can tell with a 9 as well, there are no entities present in that room. Whatever you saw, heard, thought you saw or heard, you don't see or hear anybody in that room anywhere close. On a 13, you can tell there are no bodies.
Okay.
That means there's another exit somewhere.
This is my concern.
Where?
In the room, Cal.
Yes, I established that. She'll just shove the door open and go inside because she's determined to find this exit now.
Yeah. As you guys enter the room, you see a singular table with 12 chairs seated around it. And in the exact middle of that table, you see a little piece of paper that says, "Where all we join in fuss and muss, a place we deign is dangerous. To prove one's wit and never flee, for this is our conspiracy. Goodbye."
Cal, you make any sense of that?
Theo and Cal would have literally no idea of any. I understand that, like, we have root knowledge, some of us.
Cal can like, maybe Cal does. Like, I do. Like, nope. My role play on that is like, this is cryptic as fuck.
Yeah, no, I will
In
fully...
a cryptic ass place where I'm trying to find the leadership because, you know.
Yes, correct.
Y'all
But yes, neither of you understand this or reason this to be any kind of faction or thing that you would have heard in either of your backstories or histories. This is not something that would be familiar to you in this place.
All right, so there's the note, there's the table, there's the chairs, and there was a pulley?
There's no pulley. There's just literally a table, 12 chairs, and the note.
The note.
So when Cal went in, she banged the door open like a "don't insult me, dear." I came in behind her using my cat ability of "you can't see me when it's dark."
Yeah, there's nobody there. You don't see or sense anybody in the room.
Is this an initiation letter? This feels like an initiation letter.
How do you get that?
Well,
I get left soup round blah roo doo boo.
What?
Right. That's what I read. This is an initiation? To what? What?
That was the impression it gave me, saying about, like, you know, they deem it dangerous and their whole conspiracy is doing fuss and muss. I don't know. My theory is initiation letter, and if it is, that's cool, and I have no intentions of following through on it.
I start like, you know, kind of like patting her in like a lower, kind of like.
Sorry.
Hey.
Sorry.
You think we're still alone in here?
I just slowly reach for a flashbang, and I'm like,
pause. Like I catch her, and I pull out the torch.
Yeah, you pull out the ever-burning torch. Both of you go ahead and give me a roll with cunning here. Lots of cunning checks this game.
8.
So that's a 6 total. It's a dirty 6.
A dirty 6 and an 8. You guys can feasibly sense that there is doesn't seem to be any presence within this room that would be watching you or is anywhere nearby you at the present moment.
Does it like give me enough space, like wall to wall, corner to corner?
I mean, you can see everything in there. It's not a dimly lit chamber.
Are there any doors? Are there anything? Is there just a single entrance that we know of?
That is a single entrance that you know of.
Yeah, I'm backing off.
Is there any rugs or pictures or anything like that? Something that might be hiding an exit?
Yeah, there is like a very large picture of a crow on a rug that is underneath the table. But it is not like, it doesn't look like it would be normally part of this aesthetic or this room.
Can you move that?
Yeah, I just follow her instruction like she's my, boss for a day.
Yeah, you move the crow rug back, and you see just normal concrete floor. Doesn't appear to be anything there.
Does there appear to be any vents or windows?
Nope, no vents or windows in the room.
Well, they didn't just go nowhere. There was people in here, then they had to have gone out, and they didn't go out the door, so there's people in here, and they're not in here, so they have gone somewhere. This is really bothering me. I don't like having a puzzle I can't figure out.
I just walk back over to Cal, and I take her both with the flashbang, and I just lift it back up in front of both of our faces.
And let go. You've thrown the flashbang?
Like gesturing communication of like, it wasn't the rug.
Nope. There does not appear to be any like feasible way for you guys to exit this room. And again, from your previous cunning rolls, there is no sensibility of how this meerkat got in here, had whatever conversation he had that you heard through the door and then completely disappeared into thin air. That is it. There is nothing more in the room that you guys can find.
Well, I'm stumped.
This is fucking weird.
It's weirdly annoying.
I've got to solve, but we have to leave the room.
It's... You're definitely sure you saw them go in here? It wasn't a different room?
I am sure, and per GM, I think I'm accurate.
Yeah, no, you're sure that you saw a meerkat walk into this room. You're also the only one that heard voices in that room.
Yep, no, right. Like either I'm crazy or.
Yep. So again, from Cal's perspective, I don't know if you feel
right.
Yeah, if you feel like
Cal...
maybe that mask didn't work as well as you think it did, or whatever happened, but Theo is the only one that hears any of this stuff. Your rolls have been crazy, by the way.
Right. Cal, I wonder what happens if you hit that flashbang. I wonder if we're alone in here still.
Is that the mission to throw it?
It's a request.
She'll kind of just like get all giddy and then just say like, oh, okay, well if you just stand in the corner because I don't want you to get like hit by it.
Yeah, no, and I eyeball into the corner too.
Then she'll kind of just like duck behind one of the chairs on the table, kind of the corner of it, and then just aim it at the center of the room towards the ceiling and just lob it.
As you lob the flashbang grenade, I would like for the both of you to give me a roll with luck here.
I have no luck. I'm getting new dice. That was a 3. That was a 3.
6 is all I got.
On a 3 and a 6, you guys feel the effects of the flashbang. You are temporarily blinded. The only thing that you hear, Theo, is one small little fuck as you hear a little fuck as it exits the room, and that's where you hear that verbal command. You also hear the skittering of, I will say, at least 2 pairs of feet as the flashbangs go off, but you don't see visibly anything in the room. You guys are both affected by the flashbang just as much as anybody else, and all you hear is the fuck as you are coming back into your ability to see.
Yeah, that was fun, but I don't think it was a good idea in retrospect. My eyes hurt.
I'm rubbing my eyes, confused as to why like face in corner, and I'm still like, oh, your flashbangs, man. Salty.
Sorry, what did I?
It was basically like just like yo, your flashbangs. Nice.
It's what I do.
Oh man, I can't wait to see how that plays out in the future. Awesome. Yeah, so you guys have just flashbanged this room with this piece of paper and a table. You've moved the rug. You've moved pretty much anything you can interact with in this room here. What would you guys like to do from here?
Honestly, I was about to put it in chat, but I feel like I could go on this right here for another 40 minutes, but it's already been like 30. I feel like it's a good transition point in the storyline. I'm going whichever way Cal wants to go. How about this, like in roleplay? Because we don't know of another way. We came in after that conversation. So the only way that we know of to continue with the group is the one way.
Correct.
Or explore.
Yeah, Z did not give you the information of, hey, there is another way out here through the employee exit. Yeah. The only knowledge you have is the zip line. And I will say that at this point, you probably do start to hear the amblings of creatures that you may have let out of the cages many, many moons ago have finally started to make their way to the rooftop and are starting to get up here.
Oh boy.
So I'm just going to kind of talk to Cal briefly and kind of lay out as quickly and efficiently as possible here, right? Like, there's catching up with people and not catching up with people. But the two paths that I see to catching up with people, right, include that zip line and include going all the way down to the bottom and grabbing ourselves a little bit of an army and marching up the mountain, because I don't see why we have to take secret paths to go up a mountain. If we take the zip line, I might have a helpful secret. And I'm not giving the help action here, but if we do take the zip line, I will be able to give the help action on it. Wait,
Cool.
Let me double check. What is my help action metric?
One exhaustion. Yeah, one exhaustion, one help.
Yep. So if Cal chooses zip line, I will offer a help action on that.
Cool. Cal?
And if she chooses not following people, that's narratively what we do.
Oh, we have to do the zip wire, don't we?
I mean, we don't. Here's the thing, Cal. Nobody ever has to anything.
No, but statistically speaking, I've got a higher outcome if I just do this thing, then go all the way down there. Outnumbered. So
Yeah, she'll kind of just like look between the
Way too
zip
hard.
wire and downstairs. She's just like clearly just like which one? Zip wire. Let's just see the zip wire before I change my mind, okay?
Before we go. And I basically, so Colin, you remember how you were talking about how drunk people fall over?
Oh, yeah.
Right? So my help action is pulling off of that right now. So my cat fall ability is I take no harm. That's the secret, and I share the secret. And I let her know that if she falls, relax.
Yep. Just let those muscles chill. Cal, please give me a roll here with finesse.
and 4.
So yeah. Ooh! My finesse is only 1. That's a 6.
A 6. And what did you get, Cal?
4.
A 4. Both of you guys are going to suffer an injury here as you slam into the crisp wall here. And I will say, Cal, you suffer an exhaustion as well, as you have to fall to catch yourself. But Theo,
Cal has the help action for me on this.
she does, but she still only has a 4, right, total
Got it.
with the
Got
plus
it, got it.
1. Yeah.
Yep. So I'm gonna mark my exhaustion and my injury.
You just mark an injury. Cal will mark an exhaustion and an injury.
I gave her a help action regardless though.
Oh, true. So you do mark an exhaustion. Yep. Got it. Thank you, sir, for being honest. Cool. You guys all find yourselves amongst this leaf pile as Cal and Theo drop in. All of you are sort of standing at the precipice to a cavernous sort of opening. You can hear the wind whipping inside, and Red, you would recognize this place as a very familiar location. This is where you have spoken to Chunk many a time. This is where you have worked many a day. This is your lab. This is your home, as you remember it.
Oh, we're here. We must be pretty close to Dr. Weemsley. I want to look around and see if, like, remembering that I have spoken to Chunk in this area, I'm gonna look around to see if he's here or if there's anything suspicious about.
Yeah, give me a roll cunning.
Okay. 7.
A 7. You don't hear anything suspicious from immediately outside of the door. From inside, you can hear like the familiar echoes and wails of the caverns that would lead down to the only 2 doors that are in this science lab. And you can also hear a sort of like a whirring noise and a sort of like a similar to in the steampunk room, that like thunking noise that was happening. You hear that again from happening inside of that cavern.
And is that different from how it used to be?
It would be pretty similar to what
Okay.
you recall from your days working in the lab.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Let's go in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys step into the opening here. You can see a dimly lit hallway with a room to the left and a room to the right. You also see like significant charring on a lot of the different portions of the doorways and on the hallways here. There are a lot of burn marks. There are a lot of like, it's clear that something big happened here at some point that would have made an impact and has since been renovated at least slightly, but still harbors some of that initial damage. So that's what you guys see moving in. To your left, you see a door that Red you would recognize, very, very familiar to you as your old lab. And actually on the door, there's a little plaque that is mostly charred, but at the very end, you can see it says Iskertail, just at the very, very end of it. But the rest of it is a charred out plaque. And then to the right-hand side seems like a sort of new-ish lab with a little bit of charring on it that says Dr. Dexter Weemsbury. And those are the only two doors that lead in this hallway.
Well, I guess we gotta go to find Dr. Weemsbury. It's this way, and go over to the door that's labeled for him. It might be locked though, so well, let's just try it.
As you walk over to the door, you find that it opens automatically, almost as if because your presence is there, the door opens. And inside you see the good Dr. Dexter Weemsbury. His little chipmunk body has a number of different IVs that are stretching into different veins across his wrists and across his shoulders and across his legs, and pumping in that purple liquid. And you can see that he is ferociously moving about and fixing things. And he's murmuring to himself, "Science is dead. Science is dead. I must fix it. Science is dead. I must fix it. Yes, yes, yes. You can do this, doctor." And he just keeps saying this over and over again. And you can see the IVs pumping that purple liquid into his veins as Chunk kind of stands over top of him. And he looks over to the group of you as you appear in the doorway.
Well, looks like you made it through every test. That's all right, Red. You'll work for me soon enough. Of that, I promise you.
Never.
As he says that, two little robotic arms move from the ceiling, and you would recognize them as similar arms to the one that was on the body of Thelonius's mother. You would recognize those arms, and those same opal stones start to whir and spin and point in your direction as Chunk takes a step forward, and Red says, "Never." And that's where we'll wrap for tonight.